Okay, so here's where I'm at with the van build. And I know it's not perfect, so please don't criticize me on that, but bear with me, okay? We've got our wall paneling up, which is MDF, and I'm a little nervous about that, and I'll explain that in a minute. Then I went ahead, and we did the ceiling, of course, with MDF. Then I went ahead and put this up. Now, it fell down on me. Like, not on me, pretty close, but it fell down. And so I had to get Chris to come out and do a lot of screws going upwards. We've also got some shims in a couple spots because, as you know, the van roof, nothing's straight in the van. Not my fault. So anyways, it's up there. It's really strong. I got the base on it already. We've got some brackets, and I'll put some clips in of the brackets in here that I've put across, just to keep it all sturdy. Now is when I need your help. If this was your van, how would you make the doors work? So, I know it's not the right size, but if this was your van, would you want the door of your, well, okay, we already know that it can't drop down. Some people like them to drop down so that they get out of your way when you're getting in there. Some people like them to go upwards. And again, that might be an issue this way too because of the light. Also, some people like them to open up like cupboards in your home. If it was your van, which way would you be trying to do this? Just curious. Help me out in the comments if you don't mind. Because I'm kind of torn. I'm not exactly sure. I kind of think I want them to go upwards and get out of my way. But the idea of like little doors opening up is just so charming, but then you've got to worry about latching them so that they're not all, you know, I can picture a cartoon right now with the doors going. It's all primed and nothing is painted like in the forever color, if there's such a thing as a forever color. But I have some boo-boos I got to touch up because that's where a screw tried to go in and it wasn't grabbing, so then we moved it down and then we moved it down until we could finally find a spot that it was going to grab. So I've got some touch-ups to do, and it's not exactly perfect all the way along up here. You can see there's a little bit of a gap here. It's pretty snug here. A little more of a gap on this one. Definitely more of a gap on this area up here, and I'm okay with it. First of all, it's going to give me some airflow up there so that hopefully things don't mold and mildew. Second of all, it was just too hard to figure out. I was pretty lucky that I got that far, I'll be honest. And there's going to be covered doors and it's all going to be hidden anyways. So, the next thing that I do while I'm waiting for you all to decide on covered doors for me is I need to pick some colors here. So, these napkins, and if you've been following me on Facebook, and if you bought anything from an auction 2 auctions ago, I guess, you would have got one of these in your, almost everybody I think got one. So I'm thinking this is going to be the inside of my cupboard. Kind of fun, right? Typically you open your cupboards and they're plain, but I thought a shabby chic van should really have some pop. So I'm thinking decoupaging this beautiful decor piece in there, just as a fun accent, right? Okay. And then the inside of my door, whether it's flipping upwards or flipping outwards or flipping down, is going to be this beautiful color, which is Country Chic chalk paint. And I'm trying to get it to match, you know, relatively close. It's not going to be perfect, but relatively close, somewhere in these shades. And so this is a mix of Tide Pool, which is that gorgeous dark blue, that's kind of like cornflower blue, my mother would have called it, and Mermaid Tail, which is like that light lilac-y purple, which is so pretty. A mixture of those two give me that. And I think those are pretty close. What do y'all think? Is this fun or what? I think it's going to be just darling inside. That's what I'm going for, is cute, darling. like, I would have pictured my grandma wanting stuff like this in her home. My grandma Carson, English lady, she actually had Mac tack inside hers, and you know, it was back in the day where, you know, oranges and yellows and greens were very becoming, and so she had colors like that. So I'm thinking more of the pastels. That's just, they call out to me. So we've got beautiful blues, the beautiful blue in the napkin. I might put some sage. Maybe I'll go blue sage, or something like that, because that sage advice is such a, oh my gosh, it's such a beautiful green that I think I need a hint of that in here too. And to decoupage it on, I'm going to use up the rest of my Mod Podge. I've got like, I think I'm about a half a bottle in there. I'm going to use that up because I don't really like my Mod Podge anymore. I used to be like a die-hard Mod Podge. This is what I really, really love for decoupaging, is my decoupage varnishing glue from Pentart. And I get that from TH Decor, and I'll make sure that there's a link for that in the description. Oh my gosh, this is my favorite. It's like painting with liquid silk. It is awesome. But it's inside the cupboard. It's going to have a lot of Country Chic Tough Coat on there. I had it in the auction, and whatever didn't sell, it's going to go in there because it's going to be a very, very durable surface. So I'm going to do Tough Coat in there over top of it. But like, I need to use up my Mod Podge, and it's not my favorite, so this is a perfect spot to use it up. I might have to water it down a bit because it's kind of thick. But that's my plans. So stick around and I'll try and speed it up for you because it'll be a long process, I'm sure. But I hope you enjoy this, and let me know on those cupboard doors. What's your thoughts? All right, here we go. So to start off this project, we need to separate our napkins. So these are a 3-ply. So I like to just take my thumb and my finger and kind of like rub them back and forth. Sometimes that gets it to pop really nicely. Sometimes not so much. Oh, there it is. The other option is, sorry, just trying to grab those. The other option is, you can stick a little bit of tape on one side and a little bit of tape on the other side and pull the tape pieces apart, and it's going to separate it. But then sometimes you lose some of your design. And then some people like the method, and it is pulling it apart, but I'll be honest, it really grosses me out. I don't want somebody else's saliva in my craft project that I buy. I know it's sealed in there, whatever, but I don't want their DNA. I don't even want my own DNA on the wall like that. So yeah, it just grosses me out. I'm silly, but it is what it is. So when you've got this nice and thin, just that one layer, you're ready to start. Now, typically I would use a craft paintbrush, but because this is a bigger area, I'm going to use a bigger paintbrush. So I got this one here from the dollar store. I think it's called Best. I think it came from the dollar store. It does fit in there. And I'm going to load it up. And this bottle of Mod Podge is kind of old, so it's got some stringy stuff in there. But basically, oh, I should have touched up that white or that brown spot first, but I didn't. Oh well. Oh well. It's kind of an awkward spot. I suppose I could have let the Mod Podge dry, and I could have taken an iron and ironed it in there and make it super flat, but I'm not doing that. I'm doing a quick Mod Podge method. Although it is very warm in here right now. Hopefully it doesn't dry too fast. And then I've got this cool tool from Decoupage Queen. I'm gonna slide it into a plastic bag. I just saved my old Amazon bags, or this one is actually from my shipping stuff. So excited. There's a little bit of texture, but I'm okay. It's gonna be fine.